How to win as an ISFP by subscribing to this channel. I know that we don't have many ISFP videos on here, but that will change over time, promise. Okay, how to actually win as an ISFP. By not competing. Peter Thiel, who is a co-founder of PayPal along with Elon Musk and a billionaire, has this brilliant phrase: competition is for losers. Although he uses that argument for capitalistic reasons, I think it's a mindset that is very useful in many other areas as well. There is this sense that the moment you start comparing yourself to others, or by measuring your self-worth on external and soulless metrics, or just somebody else's terms, you're already entering the room on the back foot. If you are competing in that way, in a sense, you've already lost, because it's a game that cannot be won. Create your own game with yourself as the judge and jury, and your own standards as the only metric that truly matters. Furnish your life and surround yourself with beauty. Some types are so focused on what they're doing that they will happily live in an environment or a workplace that is not well designed or aesthetically pleasing in some way. ISFPs are fans of beauty in all of its forms, and as a result, having a home environment that is designed in a personal way that simply looks good and also feels good to be in is extremely important. As an introvert, your home environment encompasses many different things, including being your retreat from the world, your cave, your nest, but also, and increasingly so in modern life, it's also the place you work. Surrounding yourself with beauty is not just the beauty that you create yourself, but also the natural world. Every person and every type has a threshold where they just need to get out and move around and surround themselves in some natural beauty. For ISFPs, this threshold I think is very easily reached, especially if they have a job that doesn't let them do that very often. So my surrounding environment is quite interesting. On one side you're about 20 seconds walk from a beach, and then the other side you have mountains. And anytime I go to either for a walk or some kind of exercise, almost invariably I don't want to go beforehand. And once I'm there, and once I've done it, I feel very glad that I have. Now, I don't think it's the same thing as simply going on a treadmill or going to the gym. It's not just the physical aspect or the physical exercise that it forces you to do. It's all the other things as well. The sensation of feeling the elements interact with you. The visuals of seeing the ocean stretch out to the horizon, or the greenery of the mountains, or whichever colour they happen to be in each season. Human beings have evolved in such a way that they find these things beautiful. Which makes sense. I mean, it would be very hard to survive this long if we didn't. ISFPs will often have this "I just need to get out of the house" feeling. And although you can achieve that in many ways, I think being surrounded by nature for ISFPs is a very good move. To the point where I'd strongly recommend keeping that in mind when you're buying a house or moving somewhere. And if you happen to find yourself in a city environment where there isn't that much natural beauty, find the nearest park, find the nearest whatever that you can go to when you need to. Have approximate goals. ISFPs are not types, at least in my experience and understanding, that like to wake up and instantly think, what are my goals? What's on my to-do list? That is kind of by definition a very restrictive way to live and start your day. And ISFPs value freedom in all its forms immensely. But I do want to dispel a thought that certain types have. Being ambitious, even in a relentless way, is not the same as being discontent. Contentment and ambition are not at odds with each other, or at least don't have to be. I say this because ISFPs value self-acceptance and very much resonate with and advocate the notion that you are enough as you are, and that you don't need to prove anything to anyone, and especially not through achieving goals that other people deem as being worthwhile. However, if this is taken to an extreme, there is definitely a risk of becoming too comfortable and too content. This is why I think having approximate goals is a great move for ISFPs. Okay, so what would that actually look like? Let's say you're a musician, or that you have a creative hobby of some kind. You could create the approximate goal of, I want more people to see and enjoy my music or art, or whatever the thing is. Very simple. But if you have that in your mind somewhere, you'll be much more receptive to opportunities as they come along. Whereas an ENTJ could focus too much on external metrics and achievement, often to the exclusion of simply being settled and comfortable with themselves and their own values, ISFPs are on the other end of the spectrum, where they know who they are and what they stand for, but can sometimes think of ambition and achievement as kind of dirty words. But if you pursue those things in the right way, they are more than worth it. Not just for ISFPs themselves, but from everyone else who gets the privilege of being a recipient of all of the beauty that ISFPs bring into the world. If you're an ISFP or any type at all and you want to put out your approximate goals into the world, then feel free to leave them in our comment section. So I see this reoccurring pattern with both INFPs and also ISFPs. They'll say to me in the comments, "Nathan, I heard you saying about people that watch all of the videos, yet don't subscribe." Then I realized I hadn't subscribed, and I watch all the videos. So I'll just assume you subscribed. Also, if you're in the mood, feel free to check out our Patreon, where we have lots of special goodies, and we'll leave some social media links in the description.